Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we've got an epic battle lined up for you. Lobo versus Juggernaut. Two of the toughest, most unstoppable forces in all of comics are about to go head-to-head, and trust me, you don't want to miss this. But before we dive into this showdown of strength, power, and immortality, make sure to smash that like button to support the channel. Drop a comment below to let us know who you think will win. And if you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss any of our upcoming battles. Alright, without further ado, let's jump into this clash of titans. Lobo versus Juggernaut. Lobo versus Juggernaut, the ultimate showdown. Many people wonder what would happen if these two titans clashed, and that's exactly what we're exploring today. On one side, we have Juggernaut, one of Marvel's most iconic supervillains, whose origin is deeply tied to the jealousy he felt toward his half-brother, Charles Xavier. On the other side, we have Lobo, the last survivor of the planet Zarnia, who exterminated the entire population of his own world. He's the greatest bounty hunter in the universe, always fulfilling his contracts. Battle conditions. Since both characters have remained fairly consistent over the years, we'll be analyzing them in their classic versions. Lobo will be judged in his post-crisis version, completely ignoring the new 52 iteration. Juggernaut will be analyzed in his classic version, specifically with the powers granted by Cyttorak. Although both characters are known for their brutality, Lobo isn't limited to physical combat. He uses weapons, but only those he can carry with him. This is important because, while Lobo has access to weapons capable of destroying entire planets, such as nuclear warheads, he doesn't typically carry them into his fights. Powers and abilities. Juggernaut is imbued with extraordinary powers by being Cyttorak's avatar. Among his abilities are super strength, invulnerability, immortality, and an impressive healing factor. He also doesn't need to breathe, which allows him to survive in the vacuum of space. Lobo, on the other hand, doesn't derive his powers from external sources. His abilities come from his own Charnian physiology. He has super strength, super speed, invulnerability, and an equally impressive healing factor. Additionally, Lobo is immortal, having been banned from the spiritual plane, meaning he can't die in any conventional way. He also has thousands of years of combat and hunting experience, and is a master of both firearms and melee weapons. In terms of physical strength, Lobo is often compared to characters like Superman and Shazam, and his feats back this up. One of his greatest achievements was compressing an entire city, weighing trillions of tons, into a small ball that could fit in his hand. He also once defeated the villain Solaris, who weighs as much as the sun. Juggernaut, meanwhile, has fought the Hulk, specifically during the World War Hulk storyline, when the Green Giant was at his strongest. His punches have been powerful enough to cause magnitude 8 earthquakes on the Richter scale. He has taken down all the X-Men in a single encounter and even used the Shi'ar Empire as a doormat in one of his battles. Durability. Juggernaut has withstood a punch from the Hulk's sun, which launched him from Earth to Mars. He can also endure Cyclops' optic blasts, which are strong enough to slice a planet in half. Moreover, Thor, even when wielding the full power of his hammer, has been unable to harm Juggernaut. Lobo, however, is a bit different. He can be mutilated and crushed, but his rapid regeneration ensures his survival. He can regenerate from a single drop of blood and has survived being compressed by a black hole. His immortality makes it extremely difficult to defeat him in any permanent way. Comparing strength. When comparing the two in terms of sheer strength, Lobo has the edge. He once carried Solaris, who weighs as much as the sun, while Juggernaut is often matched with Hulk in terms of brute force. However, when it comes to durability, Juggernaut may have the advantage. He has withstood blows from Thor, while Lobo can be injured by weapons such as Deathstroke's bombs. The immortality problem. One of the biggest challenges in this fight is that both characters are immortal. Juggernaut has returned to battle even after being reduced to a skeleton, and Lobo has come back to life as a ghost. This makes it nearly impossible for either of them to defeat the other in a definitive way. How the fight would end. The key to Lobo's victory lies in the finer details. As mentioned earlier, Cyttorak can eventually strip Juggernaut of his powers if he becomes displeased with his avatar. Lobo, being an incredibly experienced bounty hunter, is skilled at identifying his opponent's weaknesses after a prolonged fight. In a battle between two immortals, it would only be a matter of time before Lobo discovered Juggernaut's vulnerability, his reliance on Cyttorak's powers. This has already happened in the comics, where Juggernaut lost his powers after betraying his loyalty to his master. And Lobo has the means to exploit this weakness. He once faced the Mask, a being whose powers also came from a mystical artifact, and convinced the user to remove the mask by using a guilt grenade, which made the user feel remorse for the countless deaths he caused. Given Juggernaut's history of destruction and his rejection by Charles Xavier, a guilt grenade could have the same effect, causing Cyttorak to strip Juggernaut of his powers. And since Lobo always fulfills his contracts, he would find a way to win. Conclusion. In the conclusion of this battle between Lobo and Juggernaut, it's important to highlight that while both characters possess immense strength, durability, and even immortality, Lobo's strategic advantage and experience give him the upper hand. Lobo's ability to identify and exploit weaknesses in his opponents is critical. Juggernaut's power is heavily dependent on Cyttorak, a mystical being who can revoke his abilities if he becomes displeased with Juggernaut's actions. Lobo, a seasoned bounty hunter with thousands of years of experience, would likely discover this vulnerability over the course of their battle. Lobo's use of unconventional weapons like the guilt grenade, which exploits his opponent's psychological weaknesses, shows that he doesn't rely solely on brute strength. His intelligence and tactical ingenuity come into play, allowing him to target Juggernaut's emotional and moral weaknesses, making Juggernaut doubt his own actions and severing his connection with Cyttorak. Even though both are technically immortal, Lobo has fought and beaten opponents who, like Juggernaut, derive their power from mystical sources. His capacity to outsmart and outmaneuver powerful foes ensures that, in the end, Lobo would find a way to neutralize Juggernaut's immense physicality by stripping away the source of his strength. Thus, while Juggernaut is a nearly unstoppable force, Lobo's cunning, combined with his combat prowess and resourcefulness, secures him the victory in this battle of titans. Lobo emerges as the clear winner, not just because of his physical power, but due to his adaptability, strategic mind, and deep understanding of how to bring even the most formidable opponents to their knees. Alright, that's a wrap on this epic clash between Lobo and Juggernaut. What a ride! These two unstoppable forces went head-to-head, and now we want to hear from you. Who do you think deserved the win? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because we love hearing your takes on these battles. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow and keeps these showdowns coming. And if you haven't yet, now's the time to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss out on future battles. We've got tons of awesome content lined up, and you won't want to miss a single one. Thanks so much for watching and for all your support. We'll catch you in the next video. Until then, take care and keep those battle ideas coming.